starting from the political front because it's now official. The movement for change, which began barely a year ago as a political pressure group, has formally transitioned into a political party now known as the United Party, UP. Speaking at the unveiling ceremony in Accra, the leader and founder Kyeremateng announced an ambitious blueprint aimed at transforming Ghana into an economic powerhouse in Africa by 2040. According to him, his ultimate goal is to build a united, peaceful and prosperous nation capable of driving Ghana's growth and, by extension, that of the African continent. Mr. Kyeremateng and his supporters broke away from the New Patriotic Party in 2024 to form the new movement, which later evolved into the UP. He subsequently contested the general elections that year, polling some 31,000 votes, representing 0.28% of the total national votes. The former Trade and Industry Minister believes Ghana's current political landscape, dominated by the NDC and the NPP, excludes a large section of the population. He emphasized the need to end what he calls a two-party monopoly and create equal opportunities for all Ghanaians. So now, time to listen to the specifics of what Kyeremateng had to tell the many who had gathered there to support his movement, which is now a fully fledged political party, the United Party.
And our mission as a party is to build a united, peaceful, secure, and prosperous country. Can you become the economic powerhouse of Africa if you are divided? No. Can you become the economic powerhouse of Africa if there's no peace in your country? No. Can you become the powerhouse if you are not secure as a nation? And also, our mission is to provide equal opportunity for all Ghanaians, not for some, but for all Ghanaians. What we have been witnessing since independence is that the opportunities are open for only a few people. The United Party is going to change that dynamics in Ghanaian politics. And it is to provide the opportunity for every Ghanaian to realize their full potential. If you want to become a carpenter, want to become the best carpenter in Ghana. If you are an electrician, we want you to become the best electrician. The soul and strength of every political organization is anchored on its values. You are nobody. You will become rich, but then if you don't have values, then nobody respects you. And so your value system as a political organization, for me, is your anchor.
And that's Kyeremateng, who is the founding father of the new political party known as the United Party. Interestingly, the name United Party mirrors the historical roots of the NPP, whose antecedent was also known by the same name. The new political grouping retains the multicolored monarch's butterfly as its symbol, with yellow as the dominant color, symbolizing continuity with its origins. For the leadership of the United Party, or simply UP+, there's no turning back, as the group says it is poised to become a major political force with the ultimate goal of winning power. Alhaji Boniface Abubakar Siddiq is the interim national chairman of the United Party, and he has also been speaking to the congregation.
Today they claim they are giving us amnesty. What does amnesty mean? What crime has our new leader committed? What crime did I commit in MPP for you to sack me? And today you are telling me you are giving me amnesty. No way. No way. When you divorce in Islam, when you divorce a woman 3 times, she's no longer your wife till thy kingdom come. I consider myself, I consider people like Baba Alhaji in the Islamic fraternity have been sacked. We don't belong to anybody. We came and contributed. Ghana first. We believe in Ghana and nothing else. Our members include people, renowned people in this country. Some were members of parliament, cabinet ministers, some from NDC, some from MPP, PNC. Today they have come together to form what we call a united party. If they had forgotten, the UP was inaugurated when? 3rd November 1957, when Kwame Nkrumah was introducing what we call ADA, Avoidance of the Discrimination Act. This was where Otumfuo called Ochiame Bafwa and said, look, gentlemen, Kwame Nkrumah is saying that by December, if any party formed based on religion, ethnicity, regionalism, that party will be banned by 31st December 1957. So you see, people are born being smarter than people who think they are in positions. Bafwa Koto was CPP, but by the instructions of Asante Hine, he quickly moved around the whole country, pulled all the parties together, and then they came and formed a party called UP, United Party, because it was broad-based. It was no longer religion. It was no longer tribal ethnicity or regionalism. So this is what our new party is about. We believe in the old values, the core values that help to establish UP.
And that's the voice of Alhaji Boniface Sadiq, who is the interim national chairman of the United Party. Let's go to the phone lines now and engage the thoughts of a member, someone who's also followed this particular issue quite closely and interestingly. They have a thought to share on a Deputy General Secretary and political assistant to Alan Kyerematen. Nana Yao Sapong is with us on the phone lines. Mr. Sapong, good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening, my brother. How are you?
Not bad, thank you. To start with, have you been issued the certificate by the Electoral Commission to fully recognize you as a party so that at least you can now start operating in the country?
Of course. Thank you very much, and thank you to your production team for reaching out to us on this very, I'm not used to these words, but on this very august occasion. You know, a day that it's almost like a liberation day, a day of redemption for the political class of our country. Indeed, yes. We couldn't have come out to announce the name of the political party, explain our values, and put out our logos and symbols and our visions and missions if we have not gone through the process. You know, the Electoral Commission has laws, they have regulations, and we have gone through the regulations. We've been handed over our provisional certificate some few weeks back, and what we are left with is just to be issued the main one, which Electoral Commission is in the process. But as it stands, we have been given the provisional certificate, which allows us to be able to do exactly what we're doing now.
But there are many who ask, is it not the same movement for change that we saw contest in the last election that has just been rebranded? This is probably just a rebrand or a name change, because every other thing is the same, the color, the logo, etc. So how different is the UP from the movement for change?
We went into the general elections 2024 as a movement, as a political organization that presented an independent presidential candidate. We were not a party, you understand me. We went in, Alan went in as an independent presidential candidate, and after the elections, when we had sat down, the political stakeholders of Movement for Change were of the view that why not? I mean, let us put our hearts together. Let us put everything that we have together, and let us bring up a political party, and let's wrestle power properly. You would say that indeed is the thing, but yes, I mean, every organization improves, every organization grows. All right. So after going into 2024 election as an independent presidential candidate on the vehicle or in the special purpose vehicle of Movement for Change, and for that matter, Alliance for the ARC, we thought wise to put together a political party. And interestingly, putting together this political party has attracted almost membership from across the political divide, from both the NPP, from both the MPP, the NDC, the CPP. We've sent people from other political organizations that have come to join, that we should go in and wrestle for power and rescue Ghana. And this is what you saw today. If your reporter would give you the footage, if he would be able to give you the picture right, you would understand that we had attracted a cross-section of the Ghanaian society.
We actually are showing, or this bulletin is streaming on Facebook as well, so our listeners can also see the videos and pictures you are referring to, because we are playing it, and we can see that the turnout was quite large. The Honorable Alan Kyerematen himself
and you would attest to the fact that this is not a gathering where we went out there to bring people to come and sit.
People, you mean, yeah.
See the quality of the audience, the persons who were in to listen, the persons who were seated and have agreed to actually come with us.
And we're interested to know what the United Party is bringing. And I think that will be my next question. How different, because from what we heard the flag bearer talk about, I mean the founder talk about, he is clearly stating that it is going to be the third credible force to douse the duopoly of NPP and NDC. It is going to be one that is not just Ghana focused, but Africa focused. But how different would your ideals be when you look at the fact that NDC and MPP have dominated, and you indicate that you are attracting people from these two parties? So how different are you going to be to attract these supporters that you are hoping to join you?
Okay, so listening to my interim leader and founder, you would understand that he made mention, and even Honorable Boniface Abubakar Sadiq, who is the interim national chairman, stated that we all as Ghanaians agree that the very fundamental wrong in Ghana is leadership, credible leadership, transformational leadership. All right? The leadership that has the country at heart, the leadership that would be focused and would have plans to be able to transform what we have as a country. And that is what United Party UP is presenting. We are presenting that formidable leadership, that transformational leadership, that incorruptible leadership. That is what we are putting out. If you look at even the interim leadership or executives that have been presented, these are seasoned politicians who we will not be able to point any iota of corruption or doubt on any of these personalities. Not a single one of them.
Okay.
And of course, if you have read our great transformational plan, which we presented, all right, during the 2024 general election,
the GTP,
and you look at what is happening today, you would test the fact that we have a plan. We have a plan that will not only uplift, strengthen the economy of Ghana, but we have a plan that will make Ghana a hub that the entire Africa, all right, would be looking at and mirror.
We are grateful for your time this evening, Deputy General Secretary and Political Assistant to Alan Kyerematen, Nana Sapong, for helping us understand the reasoning that went into the formation or the transformation of Movement for Change now into United Party, and we'll probably will have a longer conversation subsequently, so our viewers and listeners can also follow this transformation by this party. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Let's stay on the same subject and now bring in Dr. Kwesi Amakye-Boateng, who is the senior lecturer at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Department of History and Political Science. Doc, good evening. Thank you for joining us on 3FM.
Good evening.
What do you make of the fact that, I mean, in 2024, the general elections, we had movement for change. Their performance wasn't as they expected. But over time, they say they have now transformed into what Ghanaians should expect to be a credible third force known as the United Party. How realistic is this to break the NDC and NPP's duopoly?
How realistic is what?
How realistic is their ideal and the campaign? I mean, are you optimistic that the third credible force they say they are can break NDC and NPP's duopoly?
Oh, okay. Thanks for the opportunity, and let me say good evening to your listeners. Actually, it's an ambitious sort of a dream. But my understanding is that we are yet to see whether they are able to establish themselves within the understanding of Ghanaians. You know, the youth, especially, and then generally members of society, whether they are able to really get this established, that they have come to represent a credible third force, and because of that, Ghanaians will have to see them, if you like, as an alternative party that can deliver what people have been looking for. I'm skeptical about this because generally, political parties, form around some core ideologies in the developed world. In the developing world, the base that the parties rely on as much as possible have to do with the people themselves and their core values. My understanding is that this explains even the fortunes of the CPP now. This explains why, from the time of independence to date, political parties that came up outside the major political traditions simply didn't do well. And today, when you do a roll call of the parties, you don't hear of those, smaller parties that were there some time ago. I have difficulty to see, the United Party doing anything different. Because if anything at all, they're trying to build on the same political tradition.
Would you not say it's early days yet to come to that conclusion, considering the fact that a number of people say that they are actually tired of the NDC and NPP, and they do not have another option because there really isn't any alternative. So maybe as a young, vibrant party, and considering the kind of background that the founder, Alan Kyerematen, has, he could be the attracting factor to the United Party. Do you not agree?
We participated in the last elections and we saw their fortunes. It was an opportunity for people who have some difficulties, some issues with the traditional parties to, turn to. People didn't turn to them. The fact that many people decided not to vote alone is a testimony to the fact that they didn't see, at that time, the movement, and then today, this new political party as the alternative they are anticipating. And so it is not early days yet. They have participated in our politics. And also, given where they are coming from, I don't think people will see them as a new force per se. In the same mindset, in the same understanding, but crucially, they themselves admitted that they are an offshoot of the United Party, the UP tradition.
Yes, the UP
they
tradition.
themselves made that admission. And if that indeed is anything to go by, they will want to stay with MPP today. That is a stronger force, and that will give them hope, especially for them to participate in government, for them to see, as a body that could bring about a major change.
Okay.
They can go back to some of their leaders of yesteryears who they think did well. They do mention President Kufuor currently. I mean, they have produced 2 presidents in the Fourth Republic. And so they want to stay in the MPP.
Right.
If anything at all, you want to say that as far as the last elections are concerned, people had issues in another than Kufuor.
Right.
So fine.
But
someone will say it's early this year, but I don't think it is.
Okay. All right. But finally and briefly, do you think that the name change could do any magic for them and probably confuse people who believed in the ideals of the NPP because of the same history, which is the United Party history?
I think that is also another issue that I'm a bit surprised. Why they decided to take that same name, UP. It means that they didn't want to brand themselves as any new entity. They decided to come out of the same tradition that people are used to, and whose, if you like, individuals, the leaders that have come out of this particular tradition are now known. Ghanaians know what they are capable of doing. So if you're coming from that same tradition, then obviously you are not, coming up with any new thing. You are telling us that you come from the same source.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time this evening, Dr. Kwesi Amakye-Boateng. He is a senior lecturer at the KNUST Department of History and Political Science. Thank you for speaking to us. So what do you make of this new party that is in town? It is called the United Party, adding on to the many other political parties we have in the country. And their biggest aim is to ensure that they break the duopoly, or the monopoly, I should say, of the NDC and the NPP in Ghana's politics. What prospects do they have? Would you be attracted to them? Would probably their founder, Alan Kyerematen, be the attracting factor for you? Do let us know in the comment section. We are streaming on Facebook. Just look for 3FM 92.7. We are also on YouTube, so you can watch us on the multiple platforms, and your thoughts and messages are very welcome, so do share them with us. When we return from this quick break, we'll be looking at something regarding education. Has your ward been able to get their placement? So far, 25,000 students have successfully been placed, albeit with several challenges. We'll delve into that story shortly. This is Hot Edition on 3FM.